Hey, Sarah. Long time no see. I never would have thought that I'd be seeing you again. It's already been 2 years since I took Jay away from you, huh? Time really flies by, am I right? No, it's been 5 years since you took him from me. And I never thought that I would see you again either. 5 years? Wow. I guess it's true that time feels faster when you're having fun. Were you finally able to escape homelessness in those 5 years? Or are you still living a miserable life as a homeless person? I saw you walking alone in the city at night. Were you trash diving to see if there was any food that you could eat? Quit making fun of me. You took my husband from me and kicked me out of my own house. And yes, I was homeless at one point. But I got back on my feet all on my own. Now I have a proper job and I make enough to live a decent life. What? That's so impressive. I never would have thought that a useless housewife like you would be of any use to anyone. Good for you, honey. Congratulations on escaping homelessness. What kind of work do you do right now? Oh, and tell me where you live. Why the hell would I tell anything to the woman who took everything from me? Don't be so cold. You don't have to say it like that. We were classmates back in high school after all, and pretty good friends too. You're nothing near my friend anymore. You stole your own friend's husband away from her, and in the end you made her homeless. Not a day has passed where I didn't think about getting revenge on you. You're still mad after 5 years? Seriously? You really could be the bigger person here and forgive me after that many years. I would never forgive you. Wait a minute. You're still in love with Jay, aren't you? That's hilarious. You're still in love with the guy who threw you away for your friend all those years ago? I mean, I guess that's kind of cute. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but he's still deeply in love with me. We went out and had a nice dinner to celebrate our 5th anniversary together just today. That's great. You two are acting like you're just a normal married couple, huh? That's funny because you two couldn't get further from normal. What's so wrong with celebrating our anniversary? He made a reservation and took me to a restaurant that just earned a Michelin star a while ago. I think it cost him $400 for each of us. I mean, not that I expected any less from my sweet little business owner. Congratulations on not being homeless anymore. But you're still never gonna get to eat at a place like that for the rest of your life. Shut up. You should really worry about yourself more than me. Because there will be consequences for taking away someone else's happiness like the way you did. Don't think that you're just going to get to live this life forever. How about you shut up? You're just a stepping stool to me. Your ex-husband will continue to make me the happiest girl on earth. And there's nothing that you can do about it. Bye-bye, Miss Homeless.
Hey, Sarah. Who would have thought that I'd be seeing you again? You looked healthier than I expected you to be.
What did the two of you want from me? I don't have the time to be wasting on you right now. I am begging you, just leave me alone.
We finally met again. Loosen up a bit. Or are you that busy with work? I heard from Crystal, but you finally found a job, huh?
Yep.
So, does that mean you're not homeless anymore?
Yes, I got back on my feet from nothing, and I'm living a good life. And I don't intend on letting the people who ruined it to come back. So please, just leave me alone.
You know what? I'm gonna visit the store that you work at.
What? Why the hell would you come to the store that I work at?
I mean, you were walking around near midnight in the city, so I'd assume that you're a prostitute, aren't you? That's the only place I'd imagine a housewife without a house would be qualified for.
It looks like you haven't fixed your condescending personality yet. No, I don't work in any sort of job like that, and I never have.
I mean, you can lie all you want, but the only person that you're fooling is yourself. Come to think of it, the only good thing about you was that you had a pretty face. So on second thought, I think a prostitute or stripper is the perfect job for you. If you let me go to your store, I'll buy you a few drinks.
I'd rather die of thirst than drink something you buy for me. And if you have the money to spend on girls, then I suggest that you save that up and pay me compensation.
Compensation? For what?
Don't act like you don't know. The day that we got divorced, you basically forced me out of my own house. I got home from grocery shopping and Crystal was there. And before I could even say anything, you made me sign the divorce paper. After that, you shoved me out of the door along with a duffel bag. Since you've been avoiding me since then, I still haven't received my half of our family's assets or compensation for your cheating.
So what? All the savings that we had as a couple was money that I had made on my own. Why the hell would you be able to take half of that away from me?
What?
And even the cheating isn't my fault. It's on you for letting the cheating happen, so it's your fault. I have no idea what makes you think that I should be paying you any money.
I don't care whether you have no idea why. I have the right to that money, and you're gonna give it to me.
I love your confidence. Well then, good luck accomplishing that. Even though it's far past the time limit that you had to ask for that money.
What do you mean by time limit?
Didn't you know? You have a certain time limit to ask for those legal fees. Since it's already been 5 years since we got divorced, you don't have the right to that money anymore.
What?
You're just as stupid as you were the day that I left you. You haven't changed a single bit. The way that your only good trait is your face, but your brain is the size of a pea, that's why you get thrown away by guys like me.
But...
I mean, it used to be annoying, but now I find your idiocy to be kind of cute. It's like talking to a dog. Crystal's better than you in so many ways, including the way that she's super sharp. She always knows what I need and what she needs to do, but she's been getting full of herself lately and it's starting to annoy me. So I've decided that I'll give you some of the attention that you were desperately craving from me.
What?
I'm saying that I'll be your customer and pay you a bit extra. You know, I could even make you my girlfriend if you want. Aren't you glad that you'll be able to date the love of your life while simultaneously making good money?
I don't have time to be messing around with you right now. I've learned to have enough self-worth to distance myself from trashy people like you. And as a matter of fact, I'd appreciate it if you never show your face to me again. Goodbye. Sarah, I just came up with the best idea ever. Why don't I just ask Jay to hire you so you could work for him? What? Well, I heard from him that you're working as a prostitute now. But that job is anything but sustainable. I'm sure your employers are going to fire you as soon as you get too old for the job. If you keep a job like that, then you're gonna go back to being homeless again before you even know it. So I'll ask Jay if he can hire you at the company that he owns. Look, I'm not a prostitute, and neither do I have any intention of working for you people. I don't want to associate myself to you in any way, so stop getting ahead of yourselves. Sarah, I know that it's embarrassing to say that you're only qualified to be a prostitute. But we're friends after all, aren't we? There's no judgment whatsoever, even if you're making money by getting paid by miserable old men. I'm not a prostitute. You know, I wholeheartedly recommend that you just become honest to yourself and own it. That way, Jay will be able to hire you to be his maid. And you can do all of the cleaning and cooking that he needs for $15 an hour? What do you say? Isn't it much better than what you have to do right now? A maid? Seriously? I wouldn't take the job even if you paid me $100 per hour. Don't be like that. Just take a deep breath and really think about it. You and I both know that you'll go back to being homeless if you put your pride first and keep your current job. You won't find people who are kind enough to lend you a hand like this in a million years. This is a one-time offer. Work for Jay or go homeless. Wait, so does this mean that you haven't heard anything from Jay? Heard what? That his company is about to go out of business at any moment? I'm surprised that he still has the choice to hire me at a time like that. Wait, what do you mean his company is about to go out of business? That's impossible. His company is going amazingly, and I would even go as far as to say that it's at its best since Jay started it. I'm sure that he'll continue to expand it until we're too rich to spend all of the money that we make. No matter how well the business is performing, if the police get a permit and step into your house, you're done. And I heard that they're going to do exactly that at any moment, so are you sure you should be bothering me right now? The police? I don't know what you're talking about. Why would the police get a permit to search our house? And it's impossible for a company that's doing so well to go out of business. You're just trying to speak bad things into reality to feel better about yourself. If the police are going out of their way to search your house, then that means that you've done something very illegal. I'm sure you were too busy enjoying your luxurious life to realize, though. Jay did something very illegal in order to make money. And now, thanks to him, his company is on the verge of going out of business. You keep saying he did something illegal. What exactly is it that you think he did? Jay is an innocent man who worked hard to get where he is right now. Yeah, that's what he says he is. But behind that facade is a man who was buying confidential information from his clients to make his business work. Thanks to that, his business grew to a scale that it never would have reached without illegal activity. I heard it's called insider dealing. Insider dealing? Well, there's no proof that he was doing such a thing. I'm sure this is all a trap that was set up by someone who was jealous of his success. Someone lied to the police. I'm sure that the police of our nation aren't dumb enough to believe it if it was a lie. And they have all of the proof that they need. Because even if you're speaking in a private room at a restaurant, everyone's going to hear what you're talking about if you're shouting like the way Jay was. And I, the owner, heard every single word loud and clear. Every single vowel of his confession to carrying out illegal activity to make his business work. Wait, what do you mean, owner? I'm the owner. You know, the restaurant that you and Jay went to on your anniversary. Also, the restaurant that Jay was using to have illegal meetings with clients. I own that restaurant. What? You own that place? Wait, so you started your own restaurant? Yep, and I was lucky enough to grow it into a pretty popular one too. But who would have thought that I'd be lucky enough to see all of this play out? Wait, just hold on a minute. I don't understand. How were you able to go from a homeless person to a restaurant owner? You didn't have any money or skills. It doesn't make any sense that you're the owner of a popular restaurant like that place. It makes perfect sense to me. All I did was start from scratch and take the right steps in the right direction. Regardless of whether you have any money, experience, or fame, you can accomplish things if you try hard enough. This makes no sense. When I was still homeless, the others who were sleeping at the park cheered me on. They taught me that no one can stop you when you have nothing to lose. And that really stuck with me. I told myself over and over again that the only direction to go from here is up. So I saved up money and worked really hard until I was finally able to open my dream restaurant. And now you're this successful? What kind of a miracle is that? This makes no sense. Besides, you weren't there on the day that I went to that restaurant. Yeah, I had a meeting on that day about the management, so I left a trusted employee in charge. And then, when I was heading back there, I stumbled upon the two of you after your anniversary dinner. Really? Yep. So thank you for coming over and dining with us. We hope to never see you again. The two of you are banned from my restaurant for life, so never show your filthy faces again.
You little snitch! I heard everything from Crystal!
Huh? Maybe I did call the cops on you. Maybe I didn't.
You little... How could you do this to me? Thanks to your big mouth, my company is done for. My whole life is done for because of you.
That's not true at all. Even if you lose your company, you still have a lovely wife and a roof over your head. You're in a much better situation than when I had neither of those things.
Damn it!
Do you even have the time to be texting me right now? I heard a rumor that it isn't just insider dealing that you're being accused of right now. Apparently, there have been several reports of bribery.
What?
Just so you know, those reports aren't coming from me. I've never seen you at a scene where there was bribery going on. But since there have been multiple reports, I guess you've been making lots of enemies.
You've got to be kidding me. Who's doing this to me? My company was just taking off. It's going out of business now? And I might get arrested?
What can I say? That's life. But I guess God decided that you deserved to have a taste of your own medicine. I hope you really acknowledge what you did and take responsibility for it. Sarah, I need you to answer. I don't know what to do anymore. Are the police arresting me, too? The police came to our house yesterday and they just took Jay away with them. I heard. I saw some articles on news outlets online. And there were multiple confessions from previous employees in the comments section. Things like, they never paid me for overtime work, and they didn't pay me for my paid leave with some sorry excuse. The whole internet community is your enemy now. But I'm not a part of that in any way. I'm just Jay's wife, and that's it. I knew nothing about what was going on in his work life. I have no responsibility for this in any way. You can tell that to the police, Crystal. But I'm sure that they'll need to hear from you since you're an important witness. Hey, do you think I can still get divorced from him? I don't want to be a part of this whole thing anymore. I just want to leave. What? I mean, his company is about to go out of business, right? Then we're gonna have to let go of our house, right? Not just the house, they'll probably take our savings and everything we own. Then I want to get divorced and not be a part of all of this. They're going to take me away next if I don't leave now. Don't be like that. You're his wife. He was a great husband who would celebrate your anniversary every year, wasn't he? Then I think you should support him through this as a wife. That's all possible given that he isn't a convicted felon. If he's in prison, then how am I supposed to keep on living? I don't have money or a house or a job. I never thought that this would happen. I mean, I could hire you at my place if you want. What? Yeah, I'll hire you and you can work at my restaurant until Jay does his time in prison and comes back. I can only pay you minimum wage, but I give 3 meals to all of my employees. I think you'll be able to keep going for a few years. Are you joking? You're telling me to work for you? Yeah, mainly cleaning, like the dishes and the bathrooms. Oh, and also as my personal servant. My legs are literally numb after standing up all day. So, maybe you can give me foot rubs at the end of the day. How dare you? Who would ever do such things for you? You're basically telling me to be your slave. I have enough shame to refuse to do such jobs. Wow, that was my final offer to save you. But you lost this chance. So I guess the only other job option that you have is a prostitute or something. What? Yep, I mean, you have no house, money, or skills, right? Jay said so. There's only a certain type of store that would hire a woman like that. But I would never do such a thing. I'm the wife of a business owner. I was eating $400 dinners. How could I end up as a prostitute? I will not allow that to happen. Then I guess you'll have to suck it up and live as a homeless person. I can tell you the park that I was staying at while I was homeless if you want. Oh, but the nice homeless people who helped me out aren't there anymore, so you'll have to get out of there alone. Everyone works at my restaurant now. What? Really? Of course. They're the reason that I was able to open the place in the first place. I invited them over for dinner on the opening day, and they all told me that they were inspired to get their lives together. So I thought they would make good workers. And they turned out to be exactly what I expected. They're now my trusted colleagues who basically made our restaurant into what it is now. Oh. But I guess people who are that kind wouldn't accept you as a coworker. They know that you're the reason I became homeless in the first place anyway. Sorry, I think I'm gonna take back the offer. Well then, I'll see you never, Crystal. Since you went through the hassle of stealing my husband from me, take good care of him. After that, I happened to spot Crystal sleeping at the park nearby. Apparently, she was almost arrested too, but was released when the police found out that she had nothing to do with the incident. Either way, she'd lost everything, including her house. But her pride got in the way of her asking for help from her friends. So now she's living quietly as a homeless person. I saw in the news that Jay wasn't getting out of prison anytime soon, so I hope Crystal makes it through. Anyway, it's another day of running my amazing restaurant with my amazing colleagues for me.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Oh, hey, did you notice? When we passed each other earlier, you were staring this way, weren't you? Yeah, that's right. I went ahead and bought the latest gaming console. Today's the release day, so I doubt anyone else has it yet. But I went all the way to the neighboring town and got my hands on it.
Oh, how impressive. You've gone to great lengths. We only passed by each other, but somehow you've come up with a whole scenario.
That's because you were totally staring this way.
No, I think you were the one staring really hard first. And, oh, you made sure to show off that gaming console in a big way.
You're just jealous, aren't you? I mean, your family is barely managing to pay rent, so poor.
No, we just don't play games in my house.
There's no way anyone doesn't play games. Even if you don't, you'd still want the latest console, wouldn't you? You could always resell it for a profit, you know?
Sure, if you say so. Anyway, it's good that you've managed to get one.
And another thing, you were totally staring at my outfit, too. I get it. Everything I'm wearing is high-end brand stuff. For someone like you who only wears cheap clothes, it must have been quite the sight. But come on, you were staring so hard it made me embarrassed.
How much do you need to talk to feel satisfied? I don't remember a single thing about the clothes you were wearing. Actually, were you even wearing clothes?
Of course I was wearing clothes. You're so good at acting tough. It's practically a skill of yours. Though, in every other aspect, you're not second-rate, but third-rate. Or worse, honestly.
Ugh, you're way too annoying.
Just because you moved into a tower apartment doesn't mean you're any better than the rest of us. You should really stop acting like you're so high and mighty.
I'm not acting high and mighty. What's wrong with living in a tower apartment?
Nothing at all. It's your freedom to live wherever you want. But let's be real, you moved into that place just to show off, right? And now you're barely scraping by to pay the rent. Honestly, it's pretty pitiful. I could never live like that.
Okay, sure, whatever you say.
I mean, if your life is so miserable now, wouldn't it have been better to just settle for a cheap apartment? But hey, to each their own, right?
Yeah, that's right. Everyone has their own way of thinking. Anyway, I've got places to be, so...
Just one more thing. Don't get too full of yourself just because you live in a tower apartment. Living in one does not automatically mean you're wealthy, okay? So make sure you don't get that part confused, all right?
I'm not confused about anything.
Oh, you totally are. You're always acting like you're better than everyone else. I can tell, you know? We've known each other long enough for that.
Right, got it. Thanks for the advice. See you around.
You've been trying to compete with me forever, haven't you? But at the end of the day, you can never win against me. It's time you accepted that, don't you think? Sure. Hey, guess what? We're neighbors now!
Wait, what are you talking about?
Starting today, I'm living in the same tower apartment as you. I moved to the 26th floor, one level above you. So, once again, I win. The view from up here is amazing.
The view can't be that different. Wait, are you seriously living on the 26th floor?
Of course. You seemed so smug and full of yourself, so I figured I'd show you what's really on top.
No way. You went through all that just to one-up me?
It's not about one-upping anyone. I just wanted to make it clear that I'm a cut above. You see, my family is wealthy. We have the financial freedom to move into a place like this without breaking a sweat.
Right. Well, good for you.
You're acting all nonchalant, but deep down, you're frustrated, aren't you? You've always had this weird competitive streak with me, ever since we were kids. But in the end, I always come out on top, don't I? Oh no, I'm starting to feel bad about this. I'm sorry, okay? For always winning.
I'm not trying to compete with you, so please go ahead and keep winning. Enjoy your tower apartment life.
Aw, look at you trying to act tough. Don't worry. Without your permission, I'll happily enjoy my life one floor above yours.
Ever since then, she's been constantly harassing me. She opens my packages without permission, checking the contents as if it's her right. And if that wasn't enough, she loiters near the building entrance, waiting for me to just throw some snide remarks my way.
Are you serious? Laura has been doing all that? That's insane. She hasn't changed at all since our school days. Actually, it sounds like she's gotten even worse.
Exactly. It's been an absolute nightmare.
What kind of nasty remarks has she been making?
Oh, stuff like, I work from home and have so much freedom, but you have to go to an office every day. That must be rough for you. Haha.
It's all just petty attempts to assert superiority. She thrives on it.
Oh no, that sounds awful. Having someone like that in your building must be the worst. Honestly, maybe you should call a spiritual medium or something. Maybe an exorcism would work?
An exorcism? Come on, Alora isn't some kind of evil spirit or ghost.
Well, true, but wait a second. Evil spirit, huh? You know what? I think I might have an idea. Mind if I put it into action?
Wait, an idea? What are you talking about? What kind of idea?
Just give me a second. I need to make a phone call. It's time to come up with a plan to shut Alora down for good. Let's reclaim your peace of mind.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like that, but...
All right, I'll call now. Let's have a strategy meeting after this. The view from the 26th floor really is amazing, isn't it? Just perfect. You could never enjoy this kind of view from your floor, could you?
Why are you bringing this up again? Seriously, it's just one floor higher. What could possibly be different? How many times are you going to repeat the same nonsense? Are you stupid or something?
Ugh, there you go, being all jealous again. Can't you just stop? It's obvious you're envious because I live on the 26th floor.
Does living on the 26th floor make you that happy?
It's not just about being happy. It's about winning again. Once more, I've come out on top, haven't I? After all, you clearly wish you could live on the 26th floor, don't you?
Oh, please, nobody here in this entire building is thinking, wow, I wish I lived on the 26th floor.
Quit pretending. You're terrible at hiding your jealousy. The higher the floor in a high-rise, the more prestigious it is. I could have gone for the penthouse if I wanted to, but I thought, as an old friend, I'd stay closer to you. That's why I chose the 26th floor. You should be grateful, really.
You really don't know anything, do you? Do you even know what's happened on the 26th floor?
Huh? What do you mean? What happened on the 26th floor?
This building, well, it's infamous for one particularly gruesome incident. And the location of that incident, none other than the 26th floor.
What? Gruesome incident? What are you even talking about?
Maybe it's better if you don't know. Ignorance is bliss. When I first heard the details, I couldn't sleep for days. The horror of it gave me splitting headaches, palpitations, shortness of breath. Basically, I was a mess.
Sounds like aging to me.
Be serious for once. The 26th floor is rumored to be cursed because of that incident. That's why the rent there is the cheapest in the entire building. Cheaper than even the lower floors, actually.
That's ridiculous. The realtor never mentioned anything like that to me.
Probably because they aren't legally required to disclose it anymore. But just because they don't have to tell you doesn't mean the curse has vanished. Ever since that incident, several people who have lived on the 26th floor have faced, let's just say, unpleasant fates.
You've got to be kidding me. Do you really think you can scare me with some made-up ghost story? There's no way the rent on the 26th floor is cheaper than anywhere else, and I've never heard of this so-called gruesome incident.
Think whatever you want. But the kind of curse we're talking about here doesn't just disappear because you ignore it. One day, you'll have no choice but to face it. Until that day comes, I'd suggest trying to live a happy life while you still can.
Wait, hold on. You're serious? Is this real? What exactly happened? Tell me the details.
I can't. It's not something I should talk about. It's far too horrifying to put into words.
Oh, come on. You've been vague this whole time. Not one specific detail?
Because if I told you, you wouldn't be able to handle it. I'm doing this for your sake, as your old friend. I care about you. Just be careful in your daily life, okay?
What a joke. You're just making this up because you're jealous. Admit it.
Anyway, where are you right now?
Where? At home, obviously.
Is anyone else there with you? Your husband?
He's at work and my daughter's at kindergarten. It's just me here. Wait, what was that?
What happened? Was it the curse?
No, the doorbell rang. You scared me. It's just a delivery.
Oh, so you're about to go down to the lobby to the delivery box, huh? Be careful, you know what day it is, right? June 6th, 666, the Devil's Day.
Isn't that one digit short?
Just promise me you'll be careful, okay? All right?
Fine, I will. Hey, there was this woman dressed entirely in black on the elevator. I called the elevator from the 26th floor and she was already inside. When we got to the first floor, she didn't get off, and then I saw her again in the ascending elevator. Who is that woman? Does she have something to do with the curse?
So, she's finally appeared. That woman is the most wicked, the most accursed presence of all, truly the most malevolent and abominable existence.
The most malevolent and abominable existence? That's her name?
She doesn't need a name. All she cares about is dragging humans into the depths of despair. If she can achieve that, then a name is irrelevant to her.
Wait, what am I supposed to do? I don't want to be dragged into despair. I want to avoid this at all costs.
If things continue as they are, you will experience a living hell. Fear so overwhelming, so all-encompassing that no one in history has ever endured it. A terror no human could withstand.
Then tell me what to do, please. I absolutely don't want to go through something like that.
All right then, let us offer a prayer to this building. Go back down to the entrance and step outside.
Step outside? But if I use the elevator, that woman will show up again. I absolutely don't want to get on it.
So what, you're going to take the stairs? Climbing down from the 26th floor using the stairs is going to be exhausting.
I mean, I'd rather do that than be dragged into some kind of bottomless terror.
No, you absolutely must use the elevator. It's non-negotiable. That woman despises the stairs, especially people using them to go down. If she sees someone descending the stairs, she feels compelled to curse them immediately.
What is her deal? That's such a bizarre preference.
Calling her that thing is a bold choice. You've got guts, I'll give you that. You do realize, don't you, that she's watching this entire conversation? She's a transcendent presence after all. If you insult her any further...
Okay, I'll take the elevator. I'll go down and offer my prayers. Just tell her not to curse me, please.
Hurry up then.
She wasn't in the elevator. I made it outside. I'm standing in front of the entrance now. What do I do next?
All right, now dance as energetically as you can.
What? Dance?
Yes, dance. The most effective way to combat a wicked presence like hers is with pure happiness. And nothing symbolizes happiness better than dancing. Dancing holds the power to repel curses.
But this is kind of a public area. There are a lot of people around here. The other residents will see me.
Fine, don't dance then. Just accept the reality that from now on you'll live a life where dancing is no longer an option.
Wait, hold on. If dancing is the solution, why do I have to do it here? Why can't I just go back to my apartment and dance there?
That won't work. There's a very specific reason, but I don't have time to explain it now. You just need to dance here, right now.
Oh no, that woman is watching me from behind the pillar.
This is bad. The countdown has already started. If you don't act quickly, she'll drag you into the darkness.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll dance. But wait, she's holding a smartphone. Why does she have a phone?
Of course, she has a phone. She's a ghost of the modern era. Why wouldn't she have one? Enough questions. Hurry up and dance or it'll be too late.
All right. I'll do it. Hey, is it finally over? I mean, that woman seems to have disappeared now.
Yeah, looks like she's finally at peace.
At peace? More like she just walked off like it was no big deal. I saw her striding away like nothing happened. Are we even sure she was an evil spirit?
Of course she was. What else could she have been? Let me tell you something. You did an amazing job out there. You managed to banish an evil spirit. That's not something just anyone can do, you know. It was truly impressive.
But did you see how many people were watching? I mean, even the other residents here were giving me strange looks. They probably think I've completely lost my mind.
Oh, don't worry about that. Guess what? I captured the whole thing on video. It's a masterpiece. I'll upload it in a bit. Don't worry, you'll love it.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean you recorded my dance?
Oh, come on, don't get mad. I did it as a keepsake. It's not every day you get to see something like that. I thought it'd be a nice memento, you know?
Wait a minute. This angle. This looks like it was filmed from where that woman was standing earlier. Don't tell me. You and that woman were in on this together, weren't you?
Whoops, I guess there's no hiding it now. Well, since the cat's out of the bag, I suppose it's time to have a little grown-up conversation.
What are you talking about? You set me up like this, made a complete fool out of me, and now you want to talk about being grown-ups? You seriously think I'm going to let you off the hook?
Hey, calm down. I get it, you're upset, and that's fair. But before you get too worked up, let me remind you of one little detail. I've got a video of you flailing around like a maniac. You wouldn't want me to share it, would you?
Are you threatening me right now?
Oh, don't be so dramatic. You should actually be thankful none of the passers-by or other residents even thought to take their phones out. This is a pretty upscale neighborhood after all. Most of the people around here are older, more dignified types. So in conclusion, the only copy of your performance is the one I'm holding right now.
And you're saying that if I don't go along with whatever you want, you're going to spread it around?
That's the idea. Knowing you, I'd bet your pride wouldn't be able to handle it if this video went public. Am I right?
So what are you after? Money? Is this your big plan to squeeze some cash out of me? Fine. Name your price, you cheapskate.
Oh, please, money. Don't flatter yourself. I don't need a single penny from you. I want something entirely different.
What are you even talking about?
It's simple. I want you to stop acting like you're better than everyone else.
What? That's ridiculous.
Oh, come on. You know exactly what I mean. You're always looking down on people, treating them like they're beneath you. It's not just me. You do it to everyone. So here's the deal. If you can promise to knock it off, this video will stay private.
That's it? That's your big demand? You don't want anything material?
Nope, I couldn't care less about your money or anything else. All I want is for you to stop constantly putting yourself above others. Can you do that?
I don't think I'm doing that at all. I don't look down on anyone.
Oh, please, even you can't believe that.
No, really, I don't think I've never acted that way.
All right, fine. If that's how you feel, I guess I'll just go ahead and...
Wait, hold on a second.
Oh, so you're admitting it now, huh?
Well, I mean, maybe sometimes I get a little carried away. It's not like I mean anything bad by it or anything.
Excuses won't help you here. The fact of the matter is, if you keep acting like this, people are going to hate you for it. And what about Beth? She doesn't deserve to have a mom who's despised by everyone, does she?
Wait a minute. Are you seriously telling me that everyone thinks of me that way?
Yep, when people think of you, they think, oh, there goes the woman who always acts like she's better than everyone else. And let's be real, you wouldn't like it if that's what people thought of you, would you?
No. I don't want everyone to hate me. I guess, thanks for telling me.
Great, so we're agreed then. Fantastic. Oh, by the way, since we're being so honest with each other, I thought I'd share a fun little fact with you. Did you know that only the 25th floor of this building has a view of the ocean?
Huh?
Yep, you can't see it from any of the other floors because of the angles and the surrounding buildings. But if you stand in just the right spot on the 25th floor, you can see a tiny sliver of blue through the gap between two skyscrapers.
And what's your point?
It means I win.
What are you even talking about?
Exactly what I said. Even after all this, I still come out on top. Sorry, neighbor. Better luck next time.
It's true, I can see it. But can you really call this seeing the ocean? I mean, if you squint and someone tells you, you might barely notice it.
hey, as long as you can actually see it, that's all that matters, right?
Wait a second. Is it really true that only this floor can see it? I guess the angle makes it seem like one floor higher wouldn't have a view, but still.
Oh, I think they can see it too. In fact, I bet the penthouse has a panoramic ocean view.
What? So the whole only the 25th floor can see the ocean thing was a lie? You are telling me Alora still believes that nonsense?
She probably does. But hey, it seems like she's genuinely reflecting on things now, so maybe it's not such a big deal. And by the way, thanks for your help. Playing the part of the mysterious black-clad woman must have been exhausting, huh?
Not at all, lol. I just had to stand there and zone out, so it was pretty easy. In fact, I got so bored halfway through that I started messing around on my phone. But hey, this was my idea to begin with, so I had fun, lol.
Glad to hear it. Thanks to you, the issue has been resolved.
Still, I never thought I'd see the day when Alora would actually reflect on her actions. She always looked down on you so much.
Maybe hearing the whole 25th floor ocean view thing made her realize that even seemingly insignificant things can have their merits. Who knows?
I guess that makes sense. Maybe it's all about perspective, huh? Sometimes you can get so caught up in your own little world that you forget to appreciate the small things.
Right? It's like she thought everything had to be perfect, but sometimes even a tiny sliver of something good can change how you see everything.
Exactly. I think this whole thing showed her that even the things we take for granted can be special to someone else. Like, for her, that small bit of ocean view might have meant more than she thought.
It's funny how something so small can make such a big difference, huh? Maybe that's why she finally stopped being so stuck up.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, she used to act like she had it all figured out, right? But now she's starting to realize that no one's perfect and that everyone has their own battles.
True, I think seeing the ocean, even just a little bit, gave her a moment to pause. It's like she finally realized there's more to life than just showing off how much you have or how much you can do.
Maybe she needed to see the world from a different angle, literally.
Right? The whole ocean view from the 25th floor thing was such a perfect metaphor for her. She needed to stop looking down on everyone and realize that a small piece of something beautiful can make a huge impact, even if it's not the whole picture.
Yeah, it's like she had to let go of the idea that she was above everyone else. That whole I'm better than you attitude was probably just her way of covering up her own insecurities.
For sure, but I'm glad she's realizing it. People don't change overnight, but small steps like this matter. It shows she's capable of learning.
Definitely. I think she'll start treating others with more respect from now on. If she can learn to appreciate the little things, she might even start to see people in a different light.
I hope so. This might actually be the start of a new chapter for her. One where she doesn't feel the need to put others down just to make herself feel better.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Anyway, thanks again for helping with all of this. I know it wasn't easy, but you really made a difference.
No problem at all. It's good to see things finally working out. Alora, after reflecting on the situation, no longer tries to take the high ground over me or other moms. At first, she used to behave like that, attempting to assert superiority in any way possible. But it seems that after some introspection, she realized that such behavior wasn't going to get her anywhere. Her attitude has clearly softened, but that doesn't mean her fundamental character flaws have magically disappeared. Unfortunately, she still seems to be disliked by the other moms, and that hasn't changed. Despite her apparent efforts to make amends, the damage to her reputation seems to have been done. And it's clear that she hasn't quite managed to repair the relationships that matter to her. In fact, whenever I pass her by in the Tower apartment complex, there's this palpable sense of tension between us. It's almost as if she's afraid of me. When our paths cross, she either quickly averts her eyes or makes a visible effort to distance herself. I think it's pretty obvious that the last thing she wants is for that video to circulate any further, and I cannot blame her for that. If I were in her shoes, I would probably feel the same way. There's a certain level of pride and a sense of control that comes from avoiding humiliation, and she seems to be doing everything in her power to prevent that video from spreading to more people. Honestly, I can understand her discomfort, though. I'm still amused by her exaggerated reactions. Now, let me make it clear that I have absolutely no intention of sharing or spreading that video. Despite how much it might entertain me to watch Alora squirm, I don't want to be the person responsible for her future distress. The video served its purpose in the moment, but I'm not interested in escalating things. On the other hand, the fact that Alora knows the video could resurface and that it's in my hands does have its benefits. It's almost like an unspoken deterrent that keeps the peace between us, and I can't deny that I enjoy the calm it brings. Thanks to that unspoken understanding, I've been able to maintain a relatively peaceful and stress-free daily life. It's almost comical when I think about it, how a small piece of recorded footage has this strange power to maintain order. But life isn't always about keeping quiet and avoiding conflict. While I have no intention of taking any further action regarding the video, I do have my limits. Elora's behavior, despite her apparent attempts to be better, still hasn't completely won over the other moms. They see through her facade, and it's clear that she hasn't fully reconciled with the people around her. The fact that she has to resort to avoiding eye contact and creating this atmosphere of fear when she sees me speaks volumes about the level of anxiety she's living with. I suppose there's nothing quite like living with the fear of being exposed. In her case, I imagine it's more than just the video itself. It's the possibility of her true nature being revealed to everyone around her that's causing the most distress. As for me, I've been living my life as usual. I've been going about my day-to-day routine without much change, and while Elora's situation is still on my mind from time to time, I try not to let it consume me. After all, I've got other things to focus on, and I've learned to keep my distance from unnecessary drama. Life can be stressful enough without adding more complications. I do have occasional visits from Andrea, who still comes over to hang out. It's always nice to catch up with her. And whenever she visits, we often spend time chatting, sharing stories, and catching up on each other's lives. Sometimes, while we're having our conversations, I find myself looking out the window and I catch a glimpse of the sea. The way the sunlight dances on the water always makes me feel at ease, like I can take a deep breath and relax for a moment. It's one of those simple pleasures that reminds me to slow down and appreciate the little things in life. There's something undeniably calming about the ocean. It has this magnetic pull that seems to draw people in, regardless of where they come from. Humans are inherently drawn to nature, to vast expanses like the sea, whether it's the sound of the waves crashing against the shore or the sight of the horizon stretching endlessly before you. There's something about the ocean that reminds you of the bigger picture. It's easy to forget your troubles when you stand before such an immense and timeless force of nature. No matter what's happening in your life, the ocean remains unchanged, constant in its rhythm, and that sense of stability is something I can always rely on. It's as though it gives me the reassurance that everything will be okay in the end. Andrea always jokes about how much I love to stare at the sea whenever she comes over, and honestly, I don't think I can help it. There's something soothing about it. We talk about all sorts of things, from mundane, everyday matters to more personal topics. It's no matter how deep the conversation goes, I always find myself stealing glances at the view of the ocean. It's like a natural instinct, something ingrained in me. I suppose I'm not the only one who feels this way. There are probably many people out there who feel a similar pull when they see the sea. It's as if we're all drawn to it, connected by this shared desire to gaze upon something that seems so far away, so infinite. As for Alora, I'm not sure what the future holds for her. I do hope that she can find a way to truly change, but I'm not holding my breath. People often say that old habits die hard, and it seems like in her case that saying rings true. Her attempts to regain some level of normalcy in her relationships are commendable, but whether or not she'll be able to fully rebuild her image and repair the damage she's done is still up in the air. For now, it seems like she's stuck in this awkward space where she's neither fully accepted nor fully rejected. I can't help but feel a little bit of sympathy for her, but at the same time, I'm not about to forget what she's done. My thoughts occasionally wander back to the video and the power it holds. It's strange how something so small can carry so much weight. The video has become a symbol of sorts, representing the power dynamics between Alora and me. It's strange to think that something so simple can have such an impact. Yet it does, and for now, I'll keep it to myself. Not because I want to continue tormenting her, but because there's something satisfying about having the upper hand without needing to wield it. I suppose that's the real reason here. Sometimes the best way to deal with people is to let them make their own mistakes while you quietly maintain your peace. As I think about it, I'm content with the way things are. Life is far from perfect, but it's good enough. The ocean is still out there, always present, a reminder that there are some things in life that remain unchanged, no matter what happens. I feel a sense of comfort in the idea that some things, like the sea, like the routines of my daily life, are reliable, constant, and untouched by the fleeting drama that surrounds us. It makes me think that maybe it's okay to just let things be. The world doesn't need to be constantly stirred up for it to be meaningful. There's value in peace, in quiet reflection, and in letting things unfold without interference. What I've learned, especially over the past few months, is that sometimes maintaining a sense of peace doesn't really require grand gestures or elaborate schemes. It simply requires stepping back and letting the natural order take its course. Alora, for all her flaws, will find her way in her own time. She may never completely reconcile with all the people around her, but that's something only she can address. Meanwhile, I can continue living my life surrounded by the things I love and the people who matter most to me. The small things, like the occasional visit from Andrea or the serene view of the ocean, remind me that no matter how complicated life gets, there's always a place to find peace. The other day, Andrea mentioned something interesting while we were talking about Alora. She said, I think she's just scared of losing everything she has, even if it means staying miserable with the people around her. At first, I didn't know how to respond. It's not often that Andrea gets so philosophical about other people's lives, but after thinking about it, I realized she might be right. Alora's always been about appearances, about showing everyone that she's got it all together. Maybe deep down, she's terrified of falling apart. It's a shame, really, but I suppose she has to figure it out on her own.
What is wrong with you, Ruth? What the heck was all that for? Why did you come out of nowhere and spill red wine all over me? And I had just bought this brand new dress for the wedding today. Shut up! You are useless to us. You happen to be an eyesore to me, so I had no choice but to pour my wine on you. And you shouldn't even be here in the first place. Huh? But I did just as you asked and brought the things you wanted, right? You told me right in the middle of the wedding that you wanted me to go out and get some cigarettes, and so I did. And I only just got back from the nearest gas station I could find. Well, you came back way too soon. I was hoping you would be gone for a bit longer. What are you talking about? You are always getting on me about hurrying up and getting what you ask for. And also, today is the day of the very important CEO's wedding. I thought it would be wrong of me to be away from my seat for too long, so I made sure to go as quickly as I could to get you those cigarettes. And why do you think I had to leave the wedding for a little bit? I was trying to make sure there'd be one less rival during the bouquet toss. But now that you're already back, there was no point in me sending you out at all. Huh? For the bouquet toss? Wait, you're telling me you're trying to catch the bouquet today? Of course I am! This year, I'll be turning 34 years old. And so before I turn into a lonely woman, I have to make sure that I find myself a man to marry. So that's why today I'm making sure that I'll be the one to catch that bouquet. And it's not going to be just any old bouquet, but one being tossed by the CEO's wife herself. So grabbing that will definitely bring me the luck to find the man of my dreams this year. And so it's for that reason you decided to get wine all over my new dress? Well, this is a very important moment in my life. This is the wedding of my CEO, and so everything that happens today is huge for me. And not only are all the employees from the company here, but so are all of the company's customers and such. Even the younger CEOs from other companies that I'm aiming at getting lucky with. So I have to make sure that I show off to all of them by catching that bouquet right in front of their very eyes. So that's what you want, huh? The main guy I'm looking at is the young CEO of the company Green Life that we just started doing business with. Last time when I first saw him come into the offices, my heart started racing for him. Oh, I just knew that I had to see what it'd be like to be married to him. Huh? Marry? So that's why today, once I've caught that bouquet, I'll get far closer to him. I'm sure he'll see it all happen, and then I'll look over at him and start my plan of talking to him. As long as I can get him to notice and talk to me, then he'll be all mine. And since I'm a strong adult woman, a younger man like him would love to become married to me. And so that's the whole point of you trying to take out the competition? But I'm sorry to say, you tossing wine all over me is not something that I'll let you get away with. If you really wanted me to be out of the bouquet toss, you should have just come and talked to me about it face to face like a real adult. Shut up, you useless woman! Ever since this wedding had started, I could tell just how much of a problem you'd become for me. Even though you are lower than me in the company, you looked around like you were better. But I'm not going to let you think that you can have that young CEO instead of me. Huh? Ever since the start of this wedding, that young man has been watching me a lot. At first, I thought he was starting to become interested in me, but then I got the feeling that he was looking at you instead. Is that so? I guess I never really noticed him looking at me, ever. Well, that's because you're still young and naive. Not only can you never get anything you're asked to do done right, but even when asked to go out and buy me some cigarettes, you did it too quickly. If you happen to grab the attention of my young man from me again, I'm going to reduce your pay. What? There is no way you could get away with something like that. And I'm telling you that I'm not trying to get with that man. Then, if you want me to trust you, go ahead and leave this wedding. Especially now that you're all covered in red wine, there's no point in you sticking around and ruining the vibe of this wedding. A useless girl like you needs to go home. Having a disgusting subordinate like you head home is not a problem at all for the rest of us. You better not mean any of that, you old hag. Huh? Whoops. I accidentally happened to use a not-so-nice word to describe you there. But even using that word hasn't subsided any of my anger. I suppose I really am at my limit with you then. I can see that recently you've been a bit rude with how you've gone about things around me. But to think that on a day as important as this, you'd stoop so low? I can't believe you think you have the right to toss me out of my own dad's wedding. Huh? Your own dad? Today is the wedding of the CEO of the company I work for. But that also means that today is the day of my dad's wedding. I had been so looking forward to this day and everything. But now you've gone and ruined that for me. Huh? Wait just a second. What do you mean by your dad's wedding? Are you actually the daughter of this company's CEO? Yes, I am his actual daughter. When I was born, my mom ended up passing away during the birth. And ever since then, my dad was a single father, making sure to do anything he could to raise me well. I'm sure that having to run a huge company while caring for me was a tough task for him to accomplish. But thankfully, after all of that, he has finally come around to finding another woman to marry. And as his only child, I was looking forward to being able to celebrate that for him. But because of you, Ruth, everything is ruined. You're lying, right? I never heard from anyone that you were the CEO's daughter. Well, my dad told a lot of the top-level people to never say anything about it and just let me do my job like everyone else. After all, being known as the daughter of the CEO would have created a lot of unnecessary stress. So from a young age, it was made sure that I was raised with the best education. But I made sure that all I wanted was a job working here, and to be treated the same as everyone else for the time being. Are you serious then? So, I please ask that even though you know about me being his daughter now, that you keep it a secret from everyone else. If you can do that for me, then I'll keep you spilling wine all over me a secret between us. Wait, really? Don't get the wrong idea about this, okay? This is all to make sure that my dad's wedding is not ruined today. If everyone had to learn that the daughter of the CEO had wine intentionally spilled all over her,
It would make this one of the worst days of my dad's life.
Ah, well, all I have to do is get myself into a new dress. Now, I'm going to get myself a new dress to change into, and since that will take me some time, I won't be able to take part in the bouquet toss. So go on ahead and try with all your might to grab that bouquet. Hey, Luna. If you have the time, what do you think about getting lunch together today? I actually have a restaurant that I'd really like to go and eat at. Why are you asking me that out of nowhere? You had never once invited me out to lunch before. And where did calling me a useless subordinate go? Oh, come on now. Since when did I ever call you a useless subordinate, Luna? I would never call someone as important as my coworker something like that. Huh? Well, once you've finished up whatever work you have this morning, give me a call or text. I'll do my best to match my timing with you and we can both go out to eat. But I wonder if the restaurant that I want to go to will be okay. It's going to be one of those general lunch places that everyone goes to for lunch during work, so that doesn't seem fit for the CEO's daughter. I really want to know what's going on here. If you're trying to get on my good side now, you're too late. Just because of that wedding, that doesn't mean everything you did to me in the past is just gone and disappeared. What? Oh, I'm not trying to get on your good side. I just want you and I to have a little time together since I'm your boss. Well then, if that's the case, I'd rather us not worry about any of that. And anyway, I'm already eating my lunch as we speak. Huh? Oh, is that right? Then I guess I'll take my lunch now and come see you. Can you tell me where you're eating right now? No, thank you. I don't want you here. Well, if you're going to be that cold, I'll tell you the truth. I actually have something that I'd like to talk with you about. I have a small problem going on, and leaving it as is will make it hard for me to focus on my work. And so I'd like to talk to a splendid subordinate like you about everything that's bothering me. You have a problem? If I'm not able to do my best with my work here by focusing on my tasks at hand, then this company could run into some problems as well, right? And that would lead to your daddy becoming very sad by the state of his company. As the daughter of the CEO and being my subordinate, I'd like for you to listen to me. Well, if that's all you want, then tell me right now. Because I am not interested in having lunch together with you. Come on! You're being too stubborn, Luna! I'm just asking for you to hear me out about a couple of things. But if you say you'll listen right now, I guess that'll do. What I want to ask from you is that you become my Cupid to help me with my love. Huh? And what does that mean? I'd like for you to help me become even closer with the young CEO of Green Life. I ended up never catching that bouquet at the wedding last week, and so I never had a chance to get close to him then. But if it were to happen that the daughter of this company's CEO became a friend of mine, then I might have a chance. So, to make sure that him and I can become a couple, come and help me. At that wedding for your dad last week, him and that young CEO seemed to get along with one another really well. So there's no way, as his daughter, you can't help me get closer to that guy. So I'd like to ask that, using your influence, you help introduce me to a man like him. And in that way, you'll be helping me get married to him. I will not help you in any way with that. What? If you had some issue related to work, I wouldn't mind helping, but I have no interest in your private life. You are free to be upset about whatever it is that happens at home, but when you are in the office, you should be focused on your work at hand. Hey, hold on, Luna. What do you think you're doing saying no to your boss's request? With what you had just been asking from me, there was no relation to us being boss and subordinate. Huh? You stop right there. I am asking for your hand in all of this, so don't think you can talk back to me. I don't care that you are the CEO's daughter. You cannot speak to me that way. I'm not acting this way because I'm his daughter, though. You are! You are acting like a stuck-up jerk right now because of your status. Listen, even if you are the daughter of the man that runs this company, you are still my subordinate and I can ask what I want from you. And I'm sure you understand that you must always do what your boss asks from you. If you don't want me to go back to the days of me calling you useless, then you'd better listen to me. I want you to use your influence as the CEO's daughter to make sure that I meet the love of my life and marry him.
Even if she were to show you to me, I'd never go out with someone like you.
Huh?
I wonder who is really abusing their status right now. You're the one using your position as boss to ask your subordinate to help you with a personal issue outside the company. As her older brother, I will not let you keep doing this to Luna.
Oh, older brother, huh? You're Luna's older brother, then? In other words, you're the son of the CEO, then? But Luna said she was an only child.
I am also the CEO of Green Life, Jackson. Thank you so much for attending my father's wedding last week. And I also want to thank you for looking after my sister as she began working within that company.
What? So you're the young CEO from Green Life?
And for whatever reason, I can see that you are really interested in me. But I'm sorry, I will never be going out with you in any way.
Huh?
I'm not really fond of people that call my sister a useless subordinate, as well as doing other unjust things as she's trying to get her work done.
Wait a minute, Jackson. I think you misunderstood. That was just me talking to her on a more personal level. To me, Luna is a very important subordinate, and so I had to keep her in line.
Huh. So you spoke to her like that on a personal level then?
Also, you and I have never had the chance to talk to one another in person yet, have we? So please don't say you're not fond of me until you see who I really am. I'm sure that if you and I went out to eat together, you'd learn to take back what you said.
You have a lot of confidence in yourself, don't you?
I've been told a lot that I'm a really good-looking woman for being in my 30s. And so I'm sure that someone as young and fit as you would fall in love with me as well. And also, during your dad's wedding last week, you were looking at me over and over again, right? I know that you felt a little something for me back then, didn't you?
Back then, I was not looking at you all those times. I was just looking at my younger sister all those times. So don't think I had any feelings for you back then.
Huh?
I happen to talk with my sister about her job quite a lot. She always comes to me asking for help with things like the relationship she has with you. Always telling me things aren't going well. And about you calling her useless, that you gave her crappy jobs to work on. And when she would help you finish up a project, you would end up blaming her for any mistakes that there might have been. You really do check out as a type of woman with that toxic attitude.
That all never happened between us. I believe that maybe Luna is just a little confused about things here. I'm not the kind of boss to bully any of my subordinates like that, Jackson.
Well, if that happens to be the case, I'd like for you to stop thinking about dating me and to never bother my sister with anything besides work ever again. And when it comes to the work you give her, make sure it's the work she's supposed to do and nothing else. Now I'll be going. I just finished up having a great lunch with Luna and have to get back to business myself.
Wait, what have you done? Now it looks like that young man hates me. And why did you have to tell him about all the relationship we had in the past? I didn't do anything wrong, though. I just happened to ask for his advice when dealing with you. And it's the truth that you always called me useless and would always get upset with me for mistakes I made doing your own job. Shut up already! You're still my subordinate and you have no right talking back to me like that. All right? Go and talk to him about how you messed up and lied about what you said about me. Tell him that I'm an amazing boss and woman so that he'll start to like me again. If you don't do that, then I'll have you fired. Huh? Fire me? It doesn't matter if you're the daughter of the CEO or not. After all, nobody else knows that about you anyway. And so when you're someone that everyone couldn't care less about, being fired is not a big deal. And if you're so upset about the way I've been treating you, allow me to end it all for you. I have to ask, how many people have you fired already for not doing as you liked? I'm sorry, Ruth, but you're not going to be able to get away with that anymore. Huh? Oh. I've already heard about this stuff from some other employees. About how anyone that works under you always either gets fired or quits within a couple months of being your subordinate.
But with the company becoming more interested in what's going on with your department, your best bet is to run. What are you even talking about? Don't act as though I have some sort of pleasure in firing those that work for me. But that could be just the case, right? You always try and force people to make mistakes and then criticize the hell out of them for it. And so when you've had enough picking on them, you end up firing them and moving on to the next victim, right? And if you try and dig your way out of this one, I've made sure to collect all the evidence I need. What evidence? When talking further with some of those other coworkers and employees, they made sure to tell me everything about what's been going on with you. But I am not going to forgive you for being compliant within my dad's company. Hence the reason I always put up with the way you called me names and forced me into tough positions. And after doing that for a while now, I was able to get all I needed to make sure that you never get away with it again. But what kind of evidence could you have? You've already made the choice to be fired by me, so nobody in the higher-up positions will listen to you. And I'm sure that evidence isn't anything anyway. Nobody has been fired or quit yet, so there's still lots of ears ready to listen. Ah, and did I tell you I spoke with those that you ended up firing before? They all gave me lots of juicy evidence when it comes to the things you did to them. What did you say? I can't believe I was able to get all this evidence on you because I'm sure with the way things were going between you and I, you would have really ruined the image of this company. So I've now come to the conclusion that the only way to end all of this within your department is to have you fired. Wait a minute, Luna. What do you mean, have me fired? I'm one of the big players within this company. I'm the one that puts in the effort for a lot of sales and everything that has to do with selling to customers. But you always ended up handing off your work to your subordinates, so perhaps they were the ones really making things work for the company. And all I've gathered as evidence, I'll bring to HR and have them think about you. And of course, I'll also be letting my dad know about this as well. I'll even make sure to ask him to have you let go of as soon as possible. You're lying, right? You know very well that all the things you've been doing within the company was not okay. So please, hurry up and start preparing your things in that office for when the time comes you have to leave. I'm sure that by next week the decision will be made. You can't just do this to me! Why do I have to be the one to leave this company? All I did was get rid of the subordinates that I couldn't use. Actually, if anything, it's because of them always making mistakes that I had to put in more work to correct them all. You should be thankful that I did all of that. You really are self-centered about everything. Even after being exposed like this, you're trying to make it seem as though you did the right thing all those times? I might have to show my brother all of this evidence as well later on. Huh? I'm assuming that this will all require you to step into my dad's office at some point to explain yourself, so enjoy that time with him one-on-one and say whatever reasons you'd like. That would be the perfect chance for you to ask if you can marry his son. I'm sure that would be your last chance to get closer to my brother. You think that I could talk about your brother like that now? Well, I'm going to get back to work now. I assume that I'll have a lot more work to do now that you've lost even more focus. And I still have a bunch of your work from this morning to finish. I was able to have a delicious lunch with my brother at least, so maybe that'll help me make less mistakes. And just after that, Ruth was called up to my dad's office where she was told to never come back to the office ever again. And when the company made their final decision the following week, she had to come back in and explain everything while she cried. But my father ended up telling me that after having to come in and explain herself to all the higher-ups, she burst out saying that I was the perfect subordinate. She then followed up by saying that she was so proud to be my boss and asked that they please let her continue her work with me. And of course, my father and everyone agreed with her, saying that I was the best. But then they continued to fire her, and she had to leave the offices for good. But that wasn't the end for her, as all those old employees she fired came back to fight her in court for firing them without reason. And so now, Ruth is having to go from hearing to hearing, paying one upset ex-subordinate after another for her mistakes.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.